Welcome back, you Muppetees Boomerites. Hope everybody's doing well. New episode of the podcast, Case of the Mondays with Matt, a.k.a. Cousin Boomer. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty damn good.
We haven't been here in a while.
We haven't. We've been doing it every 2 weeks.
We took an unexpected week off last week.
Yeah, I was extremely exhausted.
It's all good, man.
You know how it goes. Life hits you hard sometimes.
I mean, honestly, it was fine. I kind of took this entire week last week to. I have break from my paramedic semesters. I just finished paramedic 1, so I had a nice week off. I worked a bit because I needed to make some money to pay for the next round of paramedic school. But yeah, I had a nice week, man. I took off a couple days. Went on some runs with some people, did some trivia. It was fun. I had a good week.
That's good, man.
Yeah, man.
So speaking of that stuff, when do you get your when are you buying a cape?
When am I buying a cape? Because I'm a superhero?
Yeah, you're gonna with all these different things you know how to do now, you're gonna be a fucking superhero, okay?
Honestly. Cop, firefighter, paramedic, all of the works, man.
You just gotta come up with a good name. Or a good gimmick.
Or a good gimmick. That's a good one. I don't know. I'll think of something.
Yeah. So, since we haven't talked to each other in 2 weeks, we got some things we could talk about. Have you been keeping up with the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial?
Mostly in the form of memes.
Not
actually keeping up with the news.
Video memes?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you checked out this chick that Johnny Depp has on his lawyer team?
Oh, Camille?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm loving all that, dude. Everyone's all the memes are talking about Johnny Depp and Camille needing to get together.
Yeah.
You been seeing that?
Oh yeah. She's a badass.
She's badass, dude. She's been calling people out left and right.
Oh, she caught Amber in like 5 or 6 lies or something like that. I'm sure if I actually watched it from beginning to end, her testimony when they had the cross-examination, I could do a tally of how many lies she caught Amber in.
She's a good lawyer, man. This is a real good lawyer.
My dog stepped on a bee. Did you see that shit?
The one where she like, oh, I love that one.
And then she makes a face like she just had a fucking Bell's palsy attack or something.
I look like a skunk sprayed her in the mouth. It was so bad. It was so fake. Like, she's literally an actress, man. How is she that bad at acting?
You know what I can't stand is when, and it's not just her doing this, but a lot of the people who are testifying on her behalf, they're all, whenever they get a question, they answer it by looking at the jury. It's like, I don't know if that's like a strategy that, her team's telling them to do. But most of the people on who are testifying on Amber's behalf and Amber herself, every time they answer a question, they look at the jury, and it's I don't like it, to say the least.
Like it almost looks like they're like
weird.
Looking for jury approval.
Yeah, or it's like, please believe me.
It's hard to believe when they're all telling very obvious lies.
Oh yeah, that cross-examination though was fucking epic. Me and the Queen like watched that together, like beginning to end.
Hell yeah!
And I should have kept a tally of how many times Camille caught Amber Heard in a lie, because it was more than a handful. That's for sure.
Interesting.
But I mean, it was all the photos that apparently she only had like 1 or 2 photos of her being bruised up that they presented to the jury, and Camille's like, so after all these incidents that you're talking about, you didn't take photos of those, did you?
Oh.
And she's like, she didn't even answer yes or no. She was just like, I gave my lawyers everything. And then she's like, no, but you didn't produce the photos after these incidents, did you?
Gave her lawyers everything, so she.
And we have like 7 or 8 photos of Johnny and his finger that was cut off.
I think that's insane.
Yeah.
The man's finger was cut off.
Oh yeah. They had some apparently some actually just happened earlier today where they had Amber's team got some, I don't know, injury expert or something. He was like a doctor of some kind, and apparently based on his analysis of Johnny's injury, like it couldn't have happened by throwing a liquor bottle at him that Amber supposedly did. And I forget what the cross-examinate, because Camille was going after him for 20 minutes. And I can't, do it word for word because I just watched it today, like on and off, and it's not really fresh in my memory. But basically, she like got him to admit that like he could never know if the injury did not definitively come from a liquor bottle. She's like, "How could you know?" And he's like, "Well, I can't." And apparently, this is an expert.
Jesus.
It's just, I mean, it's funny, it's strange, it's fascinating, and I can't stop watching this. It's like it's addicting.
It's so interesting, and I mean, I'm loving the memes too, because there's like,
the memes are gold.
Well, yeah, I've said it before. The internet doesn't sleep, man. The internet just does its thing and just keeps going.
Yeah.
The internet does not sleep. It just does what it wants to do. It makes jokes about everything, which is great. I love that it makes. I like. These are the kind of things like this. It's a really intense battle between two people, and there's domestic abuse thrown around in it and everything, and it gets real disheartening. And the fact that people are just like, yeah, we're gonna make fun of all this. We're just gonna share memes. Like, I think I love comedy as like a alleviator of serious situations, and I think this is like the king of those situations right here. Like, I think it's a good way for the, at this point, audience for us to watch everything that's going down, because honestly, this is a spectacle at this point. It's not even as much a trial between them as it is now just entertainment for the world. And I know that's kind of messed up to say because it's about domestic abuse and all that, but I mean, the memes and the videos.
Oh, it's entertaining as hell.
Oh, it's so entertaining. But everyone loves that kind of stuff. Like, everyone watches.
Oh yeah.
Everyone watches drama and all that stuff because it's inherently good entertainment.
Yeah, definitely.
It pulls you in, and I think this is a good way for everyone to handle what's going down.
Do you think this whole thing has set back domestic abuse victims, in particular women, because of all the whole Amber Heard thing, and nobody believes her, and it seems like she's a pathological liar at this point?
Honestly, I think it's a little hard to tell. I think
because I don't believe a word she says.
Well, I mean, she's not really selling herself that well either. To be fair, like she's clearly lying. Like the whole "my dog stepped on a bee" face that she made looks like she's like, I don't know, man, but it looks like she sucked a lemon. But like, she is like you said,
she stepped in dog shit.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah, she's a pathological liar, clearly, and none of her stories make sense. She didn't produce any of this evidence. There's so much against Amber, and I don't think it negatively portrays women suing men for domestic abuse as a whole. I think.
Well, he's actually suing her.
Well, you know what I mean.
But she's countersuing for $100 million, but he's suing her for $50 million.
Yeah, well,
I get what you mean, though.
Yeah, so like, I think it doesn't affect, in my unprofessional opinion. I'll state that for the podcast. In my unprofessional opinion, I don't think this is shedding a negative light in women pursuing justice over domestic violence in men. I think in this particular case, it outlines the flaws in the system and the potential of people going after people for money and not really caring about fixing anything as a whole. I don't think she really abused him. And if she did, or sorry, I don't think he abused her. She definitely abused him. I don't think that he did as much, or if any. I mean, I can't. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a domestic violence.
She shit in his bed, Matt.
She shit in his bed. She shit in
Case
his bed.
closed.
She shit in his bed
and then tried to blame it on the dogs.
The 4-pound little Yorkies. Yeah. No shot. I don't know. I think she's a whack job, and I think, as I say pretty much every week nowadays on the podcast, that she is an out of touch celebrity, and she thinks that she can do what she wants.
And that is Cousin Boomer's unprofessional opinion.
Emphasis on unprofessional.
I'm going to emphasize this in King Boomer's professional opinion.
Oh, you're a professional.
Professional opinion. This is my professional opinion.
I'm driving over to check out the degree. You're full of shit.
In King Boomer's professional opinion, as Chris Tucker would say, she is one crazy bitch.
I love Chris Tucker, man. He's so funny.
I wish he did more movies.
I'm a big Rush Hour guy.
I love the Rush Hour movies.
Dude,
I love Chris Rocker. Have you ever seen that movie Money Talks?
No, I don't.
It's got him and Charlie Sheen. It's like the one movie that Chris Tucker did that it feels a lot like Rush Hour, but I think it's actually even better because it's R-rated. So it would be like watching Rush Hour if it were R-rated.
I'm about to check this out.
You got to check it out. Plus, it's got Charlie Sheen, who's really funny in it. It's just an excellent comedy movie. It's like one of those comedies that like everybody forgot about, but it's utterly hilarious. And I was a huge Chris Tucker fan when I was a kid.
Dude, I don't think I've seen this, but I'm looking at like posters and images from the movie and stuff.
You got to watch it.
I gotta watch it.
It's
great. You know what's a great Chris Tucker movie?
What?
Friday.
Oh, of course.
I love Friday, man. That's such a great movie. You just got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah. That's the only one he did. And I don't know if you saw the other Friday movies that they did after that, but
Chris Tucker is the Friday movie.
Yeah, the original Friday, but I saw the one they did next, and I didn't care for it. And then when the third one came out, I was like, "Well, is Chris Tucker going to be in it?" And he wasn't in it, so I was like, "Well, I'm not going to watch it."
Huh?
It's I didn't even bother. Apparently, what's that comedian's name? Katt Williams. Apparently, Katt Williams is in the third one, but even though I love Katt Williams, I could care less because Chris Tucker made that movie for me.
Well, Katt Williams is a bitch.
Oh yeah? You don't like Katt Williams?
Katt Williams fought a high school kid and lost.
Well, yeah, because Katt Williams is 4'0".
That is true. Katt Williams is a small man.
If we stood next to each other, he would look like my adopted son.
I like Katt Williams.
I think Katt Williams is even shorter than Kevin Hart.
I think Katt Williams crawled so Kevin Hart could run.
I like that.
Honestly, like Katt Williams, like if you watch Katt Williams like early stand up and stuff, it feels so Kevin Hart-esque. Or I should say the other way around. I think Kevin Hart's feels so Katt Williams-esque. Like it feels they sound and act very similar on stage. It's
really
kind of crazy when you think about it. Like if you put them together, yeah, actually, when you think about it, Kevin Hart seems very Katt Williams-ish. It almost seems like Katt is like his inspiration for comedy.
Really? Because apparently, I think if I remember this correctly, which I probably don't, but I think they don't like each other.
I don't think they do.
And I think it's more from Katt Williams' end. I think Katt Williams really doesn't like Kevin Hart. But I'm saying that this is basically just a rumor that's floating around in my head. I don't know if there's any truth to this or anything, but I think I heard something about where Katt Williams like really said some disparaging things about Kevin Hart, but who knows? I might just be making that up.
Huh. Apparently
But
there is beef.
oh yeah,
There's some served beef here, my guy.
served beef.
They served some beef.
Yes, and this is not an episode of Pornhub.
I found some video. I can't obviously watch the video right now, but apparently there's some Kevin Hart, Katt Williams beef going down. I can't watch the video right now. I'm trying to find like a story online, but I don't see anything.
Yeah. No, it's not that big of a deal. It's just something that I thought I remembered hearing about. I don't know. But, I mean, I like Katt Williams stand-ups, but I hate Kevin Hart stand-ups. But it's not to say that I don't hate Kevin Hart. I actually think Kevin Hart's really his funniest just in, like, interviews.
I think, like, Kevin Hart, I think Let Me Explain, the comedy special that Kevin Hart did, Let Me Explain, I think that's, like, the tipping off point, or the jumping off point for me. I think everything before that was fantastic. And then he got some movies under his belt. He made a lot of money. Fame went to his head. And Let Me Explain, and everything afterwards, I think he's a little off the deep end for me. I think he turned into, like, one of those mega celebrity comedians. And,
yeah. I agree with you on that.
I think he's drinking the Hollywood Kool-Aid, man. I think he's
just drinking.
I think he's just drinking. He's having a mega pint.
He's having a lot of mega pints, that's for sure.
A mega pint.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My favorite word of the month, mega pint.
Mega pint. I've been watching. I like recently rewatched pretty much all of Dave Chappelle stuff on Netflix. I've always been.
I bet that was a treat.
Fan. Oh, you know me. I mean, I love Dave Chappelle, man. I grew up on Chappelle's show. I grew up on him doing like early stand up and stuff. I was so sad when he like quit comedy for a while, and then he came back. It was awesome. Like I've recently re-binged like everything he had on Netflix. It was great. I mean, all the comedy specials, because there's way too much stuff on there with Dave Chappelle. But I think it's cool that like in all the heat that he's got, Netflix is like still supporting him, which I think is cool because, you know, he got fucked by Comedy Central. Comedy Central ruined it. That's why he quit. I mean, that's why he quit in the first place, because Comedy Central.
The whole Netflix thing, I mean, that's kind of still going on. And Netflix is given like mixed signals, because like at first when that and you're talking about the special he did, The Closer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was backlash from some of the previous ones, but The Closer was the one that, you know, all hell broke loose with the LGBTQ movement or affiliation or whatever you want to call it. But that's what The Closer is, the one that sent them into batshit crazy mode. And
because he told that story about it as trans.
Yeah, which was a very touching and actually sad story.
Yeah, and it was a fantastic story. And it sucks too, because he knew what kind of person she was. And
yes.
And it sucks too. She was cool, man.
Yeah, like, but they didn't give a shit. They just wanted to trash Dave because of all the jokes he said about them in previous specials.
Yeah,
but the Netflix thing, I believe that when it first came out, Netflix backed Dave Chappelle, and then all those protests happened outside of the Netflix building, and then apparently the people high up in the Netflix executive office said that they shouldn't have backed him the way they did when the whole thing went down in the first place. So they kind of apologized for how they basically said, too bad, we support Dave. So they kind of backtracked a little bit. And now recently there was a story where they apparently are getting ready to fire a bunch of what they termed woke employees because it looks like they've just had enough of them and their bullshit.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, because, you know, we have no fucking clue what's going on inside that building, but apparently it's for them to come out and say that, and this was just like last week or 2 weeks ago that they came out with this and said we're going to fire a bunch of them because we can't work with them anymore.
Right.
So exactly. This is actually a recent development. So it's like, you know, it's going back, and it seems like they're they're giving mixed signals on what they want to do, because one moment they're like in full support of Dave, the next moment they're apologizing for it, and then the next moment they're back on his side, next moment they're like, sorry, we backed him again. So it's the signals that Netflix is giving out about that stuff is weird.
Yeah, it's all a lot. I mean, I'm enjoying the fact that he's kind of back in comedy, and I mean, to be fair, he also said himself that he's like taking a break again from comedy. Like The Closer was going to be his last special for a while, so he's not going to come back for a bit.
Well, he's definitely still doing stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, actually, didn't you want to talk about the attack a little bit more about that attack that happened a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I got it right here in my notes. So,
he's got his notepad out, ladies and gentlemen.
I got my notes on my iPhone.
Is this the unprofessional notepad that you're referring to?
This is the unprofessional notepad. Nothing I do is professional. If it's not about punching fires in the face or Pokemon and Pokemon related merchandise, it's probably not professional.
Heard that. Fire away, unprofessional cousin Boomer.
All right, here we go. So, obviously you've heard about the guy that like ran on stage and attacked Dave Chappelle, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, for those who haven't heard, a man ran on the audience while Dave Chappelle was doing some comedy, and he basically tried to attack him. And this man got laid the fuck out, and he got arrested. And obviously, there was that whole Chris Rock joke where it was like, "Is that Will Smith?" Like, it was, and all that.
And he had his arm literally turned the wrong way, backwards.
I mean,
by security.
He got what he deserved.
The other thing, just to interject, and then you can continue, the one thing I want to mention that you haven't brought up yet was he was carrying when he jumped on stage, he was carrying a large knife and a replica gun, which I don't know what you're going to do with that because you can't fire any damn bullets.
It was an ejectable knife. It could be like put into the gun and be fired, or like put attached to the gun and be fired, or something like that. That's what I heard.
Really? I did not hear that, but
that's what I heard.
This is our unprofessional opinion. So
unprofessional opinion.
Yes.
Okay. This is go ahead. Go ahead. Unprofessional episode. So basically, some of the charges have been filed. Some of the charges have been changed. Originally he was supposed to have a felony charge for felony battery because he had a weapon. So that's felony battery. That's like instantly. Right below. Yeah, that's instantly a felony. That is a life felony. It's like the second lowest because there's life felony in the United States. There's felonies, there's life felonies, and then there's capital felonies. And life felony speaks for itself. You get life.
There's also a dumbass felony where if you're being a complete muppet and do dumb shit like this.
Exactly. So he was getting both the life felony and the dumbass felony. What had happened eventually? His charges got changed. He got 4 misdemeanors instead of the felony, like the life felony charge he was supposed to get. He ended up getting 4 misdemeanors. He had
wow. Continue.
Or anything like that. He got like pushed by cops. Yeah, he never got pushed. He kept getting pushed by like cops and detectives and all that for a motive. Never gave one. And he finally gave one. He was quote triggered, unquote, by Dave's jokes about like LGBTQ people and homelessness because he is a LGBTQ. Jesus Christ, that's a tongue twist. The alphabet. Yeah. I really hope that doesn't. No, it's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, the whole LGBTQ, he's apparently of some affiliation of that, and homelessness jokes because he makes that homeless joke about like the people in Detroit. He was mad at that because he is homeless as well. But
oh my God! Wait, was this the joke where he said he bought because he had a show in Detroit? He bought
$25,000 worth of bubble gum and handed out to homeless so they could chew it and still be hungry. Yes,
that was such a great joke.
Yes. So, with this being said, he is now getting charged with attempted murder because he stabbed a roommate of his when he was in a transitional home. And that
is not a misdemeanor.
That is definitely not a misdemeanor. It's attempted murder. He actually stabbed a person. But the guy the only reason why this is coming back to him now is because the guy who got stabbed was able to identify him because of all the news coverage of him tackling Dave Chappelle or trying to assault Dave Chappelle.
Well, couldn't he? Wait a minute. Couldn't he identify him anyway because he was his fucking roommate?
It's a transitional home, and you don't really go get IDs and stuff for that.
Okay.
Yeah. So he never knew who he was. Only saw his face, and then he saw his face with all the coverage stuff, and that's now how that guy was able to file charges against the attacker. I don't know his name, but how he was able to file charges against the attacker because he recognized him from all the coverage from him trying to attack Dave Chappelle. So
right, that's hilarious.
Go figure,
Yeah.
Go figure.
I was a little confused. I mean, I don't really know what a transitional home is. I guess that's like a. It's like a boarding home for orphans who are adults. I don't know.
It's basically like if a church puts up rooms for homeless people to stay overnight, or it's basically a temporary home kind of situation.
Okay. Because I'll tell you what, if my roommate stabbed me and the police and he dipped the hell out and the police showed up to my house, I'd be like, yeah, fix this thing and then go around the corner at the bar. He's down the street. Go get his ass.
Exactly. I'm gonna stop right there. By the way, I'm gonna cover my own butt here. I am not Dave Chappelle. I'm sorry if I offend any people when I say the alphabet people. I'm not Dave Chappelle. I can't do that. But anyway, I'm gonna save my butt right there. I don't actually mean that kind of stuff. I say it all in good faith. But yeah, no. He the only reason why he got charged was because he got recognized, because he did that.
Ain't that a son of a bitch?
That is hilarious to me.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. That he did all this stuff and then he decides he's going to stand up for the community and go after Dave Chappelle, and then he gets arrested and charged with attempted murder for something that happened 6 months before that, all because he got recognized on TV.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
And he got the living shit kicked out of him by Chappelle's security after he tried to attack him. He got his arm turned he had basically his shoulder also. He had his shoulder and his arm turned in the wrong direction.
This man got creamed. All right. This man got annihilated.
When I saw that, did you see the video of him getting put on the stretcher and into the ambulance?
I did not.
With his arm turned the other way?
Oh, I got to watch that.
Oh, it is gross. That was the one part where I felt bad for the dude.
I mean,
I quickly got over that, but that was the moment where I'm looking at this injury and I'm like, oh my God, you are going to be rehabbing that injury for the next year and a half.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that doesn't heal overnight.
Another reason why you shouldn't attack comedians on stage, especially if they're as renowned and as wealthy and as funny and as popular as somebody as Dave Chappelle.
Moral of the story: don't be a dummy.
Yeah.
That's basically it. Don't be a dummy.
Anything else about that you wanted to share?
That was about it.
That's very interesting though, because I didn't know most of that stuff.
Yeah, I found out about it today. I was reading some stuff and watching some videos, and that stuff came up, and I was like, wow, that's funny. That's just that's karma right there. That's finest. That's just getting exposed. Doing something stupid and it coming back to you.
Yeah, but I won't be going to any comedy shows anytime soon because I can't afford this fucking gas anymore. Have you seen what gas is at?
We hit a new national average.
Oh my God, I went to 7-Eleven the other day. I gave the person at the cash register $50. And I said, yeah, fill me up on tank 7 or whatever. And the $50, and I got a pretty large pickup truck, which guzzles gas a lot. But I put $50 in, and I was like, yeah, this is going to be like 3/4 of a tank. It barely touched halfway.
That hurts, doesn't it?
Half a tank. And it probably wasn't even half a tank because the gauge doesn't go far enough to where it's full. I mean, it goes past full. So, even if it looks full, you still got another few gallons after it hits the full mark.
Yeah, for my reference, I drive a Volkswagen Passat, and when I first got it, it was like $35 to fill my tank, and now it's over $70.
It's ridiculous. It's over 100 for me.
It hurts. But no, that's
It's like Chris. It's like Chris Rock said. If I pay that much for something, I expect to come.
Jesus Christ.
That tank better jerk me off.
I don't even drive around that much now because of that. Like I go to school and that's about it. When I'm going out, I'm like, hey, let's go somewhere local. Let's not drive down south or anything like that. Because it's too far.
Yeah. I don't go anywhere past Jupiter or Southways. Southways, I don't go anywhere past Jupiter, and Northways, I don't go anywhere past St. Lucie.
Fair enough. I don't blame you.
I can't do it.
I don't blame you. It's entirely too packed. It's entirely too much gas. Sorry. It's entirely too much gas money. It is dumb. And it's fucking absurd is what it is. I drive a fuel efficient car too, which is wild. Even now, obviously I put like wear and tear on it. I've had it for like 3 years, but like even now I get like 31 highway, 32 highway. And it's absurd. I've wholeheartedly debated on getting a hybrid. Like selling my Passat and getting a hybrid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Tesla.
Me and the Queen were actually talking about electric cars the other day, and she was like, "Well, it was an environment talk," and she was like, "Well, how come nobody's doing electric cars?" And I'm like, "Have you seen the fucking prices of these things?"
I would drive one. I mean, if I could afford one, I would fucking drive one. But
exactly, like, if I could afford one, I'd drive one too.
I really want. It looks so ugly, but I really want the Cybertruck. It looks so hideous, though.
I haven't seen. I think I got a picture in my head of it, but I probably haven't seen what it looks like in a long time. But I know I've heard of this, and I think I've seen a picture of it, and it's somewhat of a picture is appearing in my head, but I'm not totally sure what it looks like. I'm sure it looks strange though.
I got you right now.
Let's see.
The dirtiness is dramatic effect.
Oh, I didn't know it was that bad. That looks like something out of Total Recall.
It looks so bad.
That looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger's in the driver's seat going, "Get out of the way!"
So it has an internal truck bed. Like bars and stuff on the front. And that's just another that's like a concept picture.
An internal truck bed.
Yeah. The back part of the truck, I think it is a 4-seater, but the back part is covered up by like the.
This would be a nice vehicle if I lived on fucking Mars.
It looks like a rover, dude. It really does. But
yeah,
I mean, I would drive it. I don't know for how long. I would probably. I mean, it'd be convenient. Like it would have like the truck bed and have that little bit of room back there. I obviously couldn't stack things up because there's a whole back compartment that covers it. But I would probably drive it. I don't know. Maybe I'd get a regular Tesla. Because I have a buddy who has a Tesla.
I like Teslas.
I have a buddy who has a Tesla. He loves his Tesla. He won't shut the hell up about it. Like it became a meme in our group chat for a while.
Yeah, people who own Teslas don't shut up about them, but I do like them.
I mean, can you blame them? They bought a Tesla.
Yeah. How much do those things cost though? But I know they're expensive. But like, what's the price range on those? Do you know?
It goes up. Like the new ones. The new ones can go up to like I don't even know. I've seen like $70,000 and stuff for like the brand new ones.
Yeah.
Let me. I can go on Tesla right now.
I was gonna say like 80,000.
I'm gonna go on there.
But I don't know anything about cars, and I just I got a vehicle that I just paid off a couple months ago, and I don't plan on getting a new one anytime soon. I'm gonna ride out this truck as long as I can.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm planning on doing with the Passat. I'm trying to find a price, but I don't want to do it without like pressing order now because obviously I can't order one. You
accidentally order a Tesla on the podcast.
Oh, can you imagine?
That would be one of the funniest things ever.
That'd be fucking wild. I'm like looking through right now. I'm trying to find. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll just type in Tesla car prices.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. It's not that.
You know, they were actually thinking about moving. I think Tesla, didn't they move recently? They moved their headquarters from like California to like Texas or something.
It wouldn't surprise me because all the companies are leaving California.
Yeah, California's ruining them right now.
California is slowly becoming the world of the Terminator series after Skynet takes over.
I forgot that Elon Musk set the price for this car to be this.
He said it. Wait, say that again?
The 2021 Tesla Model S from last year.
Yeah.
Elon Musk set the price to $69,420. He made it $69,420. What a fucking unit, dude. I love that. What an asshole. Dude, he's the meme lord, man.
He gives no fucks.
He's the meme lord, man. The 2022 Tesla, the brand new model for the Model S is going for $99,990. And that's the base. If you want the plaid one with more accessories, it's $135.
So just get the 2021 for $69,420.
Exactly.
The 2022 one can't be much better. It's probably the same fucking vehicle.
So the cheapest.
So get it for $20,000 cheaper, or $30,000 cheaper.
If you go on Tesla's website, the cheapest Tesla you can buy right now is the rear-wheel drive base Model 3 for $48,000. Brand new, out the box, $48,000.
And it doesn't. So I'm guessing so it doesn't have four-wheel drive like the others.
No, it's a rear-wheel drive based car.
Okay.
I mean, if you're willing,
that makes a big difference in price. Actually, with the difference between just rear drive and if you have the option of four-wheel drive.
I mean, if you're willing to spend this kind of money, it's not a bad idea. I mean, they're super lightweight frames.
If you can afford it.
I mean, if you think about it in the long run, you're saving a lot of money because you're just going off your electric bill, and you can go off of you can do mobile charging stations. Like you have all those ones in downtown wherever we live. You know.
Yes, we do.
I don't want to say the town. I almost said the town name, so I'm just gonna say downtown where we live. Downtown wherever we live has those out there where we all used to have to park for the restaurant. You can charge your car over there for free if you really want to. If you want.
Oh, that's free.
Yeah, they don't charge you.
Yeah, that probably sucks. I mean, like, how long does it take to charge one of those things?
A couple hours. It depends on the how much you've drained. It's hours, a few hours, I think. But I mean, if you
want to spend a day in town, but if you spend a day in town, you're going to be spending money.
That is fair, but you might be also going out into town anyway. You know. Yeah. You got a plan to go out to you had a plan to go to downtown wherever we live and hang out and go to
or if you work there like I still do, but you don't.
Yeah, we don't have electric car chargers by my restaurant, so
yeah.
But that being said, you work over there, you can have them charge your car right there while you're working.
Yeah. But having said all that about the electric cars and stuff, would you rather pay the high gas prices still, or would you switch to a really expensive electric car?
I mean, honestly, I would probably switch to the Tesla. When you buy one, they install the Not right now, obviously, because I'm still in school and all that, trying to get done with medic school and find a job as a firefighter. But when I'm done, that wouldn't be a bad idea. I would get a Tesla.
Yeah.
I like them too.
Hey, if I had a larger income, I'd think about it. I'd take a serious consideration of it. What?
What color would you get?
Black.
I like black. I like black for this.
I like black everything. Black's my favorite color.
I was gonna say, I have a white car. My Volkswagen is white, and I like the way the white looks, but it just gets dirty so fast.
Yes, it does. Yeah, white. Yeah, you're right.
And people are people try to cut it halfway and get a gray car, like a silver car. I think dirty silver cars look arguably worse than dirty white cars. I think dirty silver cars look like trash. I would probably get either black or navy blue, dark blue. I would get dark. I think dark blue, honestly, for me. I like
actually
blue.
the because I got a black truck, but the truck that I had before this one, it was essentially the same truck, but it was obviously an older version. But the color on it was like a deep charcoal gray. So it was like almost black, but not quite. It was a very dark gray.
Like dark gray, smoky, like real dark.
Yes.
I like that. I can get down with that.
It was a dope color.
I can get down with that. I would do that for the Tesla.
But when I got this one, I was like, I want to go full black this time.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I think I would get a Tesla though. It's not feasible right now, but I would get one. Okay. As it is, I'm trying to afford paying for school in the first place. So that's the tough part. But it's an extra $700 of bills a month on top of my regular bills. So I'm figuring it out. I've been trying to like reach out for some financial aid stuff, but it's very hard to get financial aid when you're 27 and you already have a degree, and then you're going back for like a trade like I'm doing.
Yeah,
it's very hard to find financial funding. It is what it is, though.
Well, you're going to have the best trade in the world. You're going to save people.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm going to be a freaking
all you need now is a cape at this point.
I'm going to be a freaking hero, dude. I need a catchphrase. I need a suit. I'll have the suit from there, but I have to find a fire retardant cape.
Yeah.
It'd be great. I'm going to wear
Speaking
it
of superheroes, did you, me and you actually went and saw Doctor Strange not too long ago.
Dude, our transitions are on point today. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
They are. They're coming naturally
really
too.
good.
It's not like I'm giving you cues or anything because we can't see each other.
We're sounding pretty professional right now. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting a little better for us, but
hey, it's practice makes perfect, and we are never gonna get there. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
Every other episode, we wait like 2 weeks. That's why.
Yeah.
But,
well, I mean, we would be doing it every week, but it's like there's always something like the week between, where we're too exhausted or we just don't have the time.
Yeah, like I have like, God, I have like one exactly. I'm yawning. I have one day off, like one full day off this week.
Yeah, and you're even busier than I am.
I have class at like 9 a.m. tomorrow, and I have to get up at like 7:30 because I gotta get ready and then drive all the way there.
Right.
I got class at 9 a.m. and then I have to work immediately after because I was an idiot and forgot to. I get my schedule ahead of time, like I get the entire semester, so I'll just take my entire semester and I'll request off every day that I have class, and I basically just don't take days off otherwise. That's kind of just how I've done it at this restaurant forever, and they're cool with it. I've been doing it since Fire Academy, but
they got flexibility. That's good.
Exactly. So, but where was I going with that? Am I for real right now? Oh, I remember now. I have class at like 9, and then immediately after, I'm bringing my work uniform to class, and then I'm just driving immediately home or immediately to work and just changing there.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But got to make money.
That's
I got
true.
a couple things to try to get. I'm debating. So before we get into this movie thing, I'm debating on getting a tattoo because I have none.
Oh yeah.
I have none. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not really the guy to ask, but like, I got one and that was enough.
I was gonna say you have one on your back. But like,
yeah, I had like, I actually did have like several drawn up that I was going to get, and then at the last minute, I was like, no, because if the day of that you're gonna do it, if you're not 110% on going through with it, then you shouldn't go through with it because that's there for life.
Exactly.
I got the one, and then that was good enough. I was planning on getting others, but then at the last minute, I was like, you know what? I don't want to look at that for the rest of my life.
Exactly. And I've got, like, you've seen firefighters. Firefighters, like, it's like part of the culture that they all have like lots of tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like, I've got a couple ideas. Like, I've
It's
got
also
like
part
a
of their culture to do some naughty things with a fire hose.
Okay, we don't talk about those things. That's between us. All right, don't expose me like that, man. It's a podcast. People listen to it.
I know.
Most of them are from the UK, but still.
Hey, we love our followers from the UK, man.
We do love our followers. It's not my channel, but you know what? I'm featured. We do love our.
They've put me on so many things that I did not know about.
I am so glad that you started watching rugby on the channel.
Oh yeah,
I've said it to you before. I've said it to you in person. or at least on the phone or something like that. Very happy that you started watching rugby on there. We got him. We got him.
Yeah, I liked what I saw too.
Yeah, we got him, Boomerangs.
I don't think I'm ever gonna say I like it better than the NFL, but it's definitely a sport that I wish I could get more involved in some way.
I wish there was.
Do they have like a league here in the States?
Oh yeah. We've got a few leagues. There's like a local. It's not really. I mean, there's a men's league that plays in the South. I was actually part of it after I played. When I used to play for FAU, and then I switched to semi-pro for a little bit before I moved back home and decided
So you actually played in a professional rugby league?
Semi-professional rugby league. I wasn't. Semi-pro and rugby in the United States works a little bit different than like semi-pro football because we don't get paid. Like we have sponsors that pay for like our trips and like our uniforms and all that kind of stuff, but we're not actually paid any money. Mm-hmm. But I played semi-pro for a little bit. I played for like a year, and then I took off for school.
Look at that! He just added another star to his superhero resume.
Exactly.
Former rugby player.
That's it, man. But no, yeah, we have a few leagues. Like there's
now all you got to do is get bit by something radioactive, and you're on your way, my friend.
That's exactly it. We live in Florida. Probably half that stuff here is radioactive, but you've seen the people
definitely yes.
See the people that go to Twisted Tuna. Anyway,
nobody's gonna get that one, but
it's okay. It's for us. It's for us. Some of these jokes are for us, you know. Yeah. But that being said, there's like a Southern men's league that plays in like all the Southern states, and then there's like one that plays in like the North, one that plays in like the Midwest, and all that. And all the teams that win like the qualifiers for their semi-pro league in their respective region of the U.S. will play in a national tournament.
Okay.
And that's where it gets real intense. After I left, I think like 4 years later or 5 years later, I think it's like 2016, 2017, my team that I used to play for went to the Nationals. And they made it pretty far. They didn't like win nationals, but they were in the nationals tournament. They won states, they won their region, and then they got to go to national. So that was pretty cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, we have a bunch of different ones. There's like 4 or 5 different leagues in the United States, and there's like a full semi-pro one that is designed all over. The closest team for us is Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta. And then obviously we have World Rugby. That one, our team plays in the Northeast, I think, like in New England. We're the Eagles, obviously, because we're America. And we're not bad. We're no New Zealand or Australia, but we're good. We're a solid team, I like to think. We have like one of the fastest players in the world on our team. That's pretty cool. But we actually just got voted. I think it's 2033 and 2035 or 2031 and 2033. I can't remember, but we're actually hosting the Worlds.
Actually, I think somebody commented this, and actually I think I got several comments about this in my reaction video mentioning this.
Yeah, we're hosting in early 2030s. So, you know, if I can book you
book you a decade in advance.
Can I book you 11 years in advance?
Yeah.
I actually kind of want to buy tickets because when I was in Fire Academy, I actually missed like a rugby historic event for America. It was the first time New Zealand came to America and played in America. So the New Zealand All Blacks, which is my favorite non-US team, New Zealand All Blacks came to America and played in America while I was in Fire Academy, and I couldn't go because I couldn't fly up.
Did they do the haka?
Of course they did. They do the haka at every game, but I couldn't afford to take off.
That haka's badass.
Oh, it's so badass. I couldn't afford to take off days though from Fire Academy because they kick you out if you miss too many days. So I couldn't afford to like take like the week off and like go see that stuff. It would have been so. Oh, it would have been so cool, man.
Yeah,
it would have been awesome. But you know what? We got the. This is the first time. I'm pretty sure this is the first time. Yeah, no, this is the first time America's hosting. So I think it'd be a historic rugby event. I think it'd be something you should get down on. We could do a little live thing and put it on the American Reacts in person to rugby. You know?
Yeah, 10 years from now.
Yeah. You know, when your channel's at like 30, like your channel's at like 5 million people.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Whoa,
So
computer just froze for a second.
did it?
Weird. That was weird.
All right,
I
let's
guess
get
I haven't moved
into a little bit of. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but
Right.
me and you saw Doctor Strange.
Yeah, we
in
got
the
a few more
theater.
topics we gotta cover before we go to bed because we're both old men and we're tired. We're
Yeah.
boomers, remember? We're unofficial boomers.
That's right.
So
That's right. But we both saw Doctor Strange in the theater.
I had to convince you a little bit.
Yeah, you did.
I know.
I thought it was.
Now the Avengers and now that Spidey is taking a break. I know
Yeah.
you're not as invested. I mean, because
No,
it's also
I'm
like
not.
we talked about it in the theaters. There's a lot of like Disney Plus stuff that you gotta watch in order to get like
Yeah,
some
which really
references.
pissed me off.
I get it, but like,
Um,
don't you have Disney Plus?
No, not anymore.
Callie has it, or Queen Boomer has it, doesn't he?
Yeah, she does.
Then fucking watch it. You two basically live together. Fucking watch it.
Yeah, but no, but I don't really have an interest. I might. The only one that I might check out is Loki.
Please watch Loki. It's so good. It's
Yeah,
so.
I might give that a
good.
check. I might check
Wait a
that
minute.
one out.
I mean, to be fair, I'm also a little biased. Excuse you, Jesus.
Sorry.
I'm a, you know me. I'm like a Marvel stan. I live
Mm-hmm.
for this Marvel stuff. So it's pretty easy to get me to watch it. I'm probably gonna be one of these like life fans. I love like this whole interconnected universe that they're building. Man, I was watching a whole video on it, but I can ramble on forever, as you can see. So
Yeah.
Doctor Strange 2. You want to do a quick spoiler warning?
Yeah, spoiler warning for anybody who wants to see it, hasn't seen it. This is Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. That's what it's called, right?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, we watched that the other day. If you don't want to be spoiled about anything that happened in the movie, then either cover your ears or turn it off, because we're getting into it right now. But it's going to be kind of brief because I don't want to touch on it too long. But the Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness, I thought it was okay. It was worth a watch, definitely. They had some pretty cool cameos in it. But like we mentioned a minute ago, I kept getting put off by like all the info that you had to know from the TV shows.
Yeah, WandaVision was.
I
really
feel like it
important.
was not a lot of information that you had to know, but you had to know what happened in a lot of WandaVision to know how we got to this point with the whole Scarlet Witch and drama thing and her turning evil or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought it was good. It's definitely one of those. This is one of those movies where it's designed to like build up movies in the future. You know, like this is their way of like really putting out like what the next stuff's gonna happen, like in the sense that you're universe building more, well, multiverse building.
Yeah.
But you know, they're building towards bigger things with this kind of movie, like Shang-Chi, for example. That it was by the way, that was a fantastic movie. You need to watch that one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
I know you're not. Shang-Chi is one of those. It was more
I
of
didn't
an
even know who
introductory
Shang-Chi was.
There's a little bit of conversation, like in a post-credit.
I thought he was
about,
immortal. When I heard the name, I was like, "Is he in Mortal Kombat?"
Exactly. No, he's just really good at martial arts, man. But
Yeah.
the thing with that, like obviously, like in the post-credit scene, they got to do stuff to set up other stuff. But that movie very much felt like just its own standalone movie, introducing Shang-Chi, and it was a really cool movie. That being said, Multiverse of Madness is one of those we're going to set up things in the future kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think MCU can do that because the MCU is so powerful at this point, you know?
Yeah, it definitely is. Yeah.
You know, I mean, because there are movies that do more standalone stuff, like Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 are very much, they don't feel like Marvel movies, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really do much connecting to the rest of the stuff. Because they get introduced, and they're in like Infinity War and Endgame and stuff like that. But like they themselves, at least until the new Thor movie comes out, they themselves are very separate from everything because most of the stuff that happens in the Marvel movies pertains to Earth.
Yeah.
And then these guys are out in the galaxy doing whatever. But obviously they're going to get more involved now. But I think the Doctor Strange is more of like a setting up the future kind of thing instead of one of these standalone like sequels to a character kind of thing. Because like Doctor Strange has always been like he never felt as much of as his own character as much as he's felt like a plot device, for like other movies because of like them like predicting like 16,004,000 blah 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 like possible futures about beating Thanos and like all that stuff. And I think he's always been used as more of like a plot piece than an actual character. So I think like, and this is honestly, it was a good movie, but like it's nothing different. I feel like he feels like a character more in this one, but he still feels like just more of a plot device at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I liked about the movie. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. He's probably one of my favorite actors.
He is a great actor. I loved him.
He's a tremendous
in Hobbit.
Come on, man! You got to see other movies other than franchise stuff.
Hey,
because Benedict Cumberbatch, if you took out, if you didn't watch the Hobbit stuff and you didn't watch the Marvel stuff, Benedict Cumberbatch is in like 20 different movies where his performances are absolutely incredible.
That's fair. I mean, hey, I watch a lot of non-serious stuff. Do you remember that Tenet movie that came out a little while ago?
Yeah.
That was a fantastic movie. That wasn't
I didn't really like that one that much. That was like the first Christopher Nolan movie that came out that I didn't like. But anyway, back to Doctor Strange. I like Benedict Cumberbatch. I think his Doctor Strange character, I've liked him since he first showed up on the scene. I was never a big Doctor Strange fan from the comics, even though I'm not a huge comic book guy, but I knew who the character was. Right. So that's positive. I actually really enjoyed what is her name? Elizabeth Olsen. Her Scarlet Witch performance I thought was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I thought she was an excellent villain in that. And that whole series where she's going through the one by one, just knocking off the in that one universe, knocking off the what was the group called that Professor X was in?
The Illuminati.
The Illuminati, which is a stupid ass name. If you have a name like that, then I'm rooting for the villain to knock every one of their heads off.
They're also like a huge, massive force in the comic books.
Yeah, but
because they had to decide like world decisions and stuff. But anyway, yeah. But he shred them apart one by one. It was great.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that a Captain Marvel character didn't have as gruesome a death as the rest of them, but.
Yeah, she just got crushed by rocks.
But anyway,
the lady who got powers from an Infinity Stone just got killed by a statue.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I mean, Professor X had his neck snapped off.
Inside Wanda's mind.
Yeah. And shout out to Sam Raimi though, the director who directed the first 3 Spider-Man movies, which the first 2 are very beloved among comic book fans. And he directed that, and because you saw in some of the Scarlet Witch scenes like the horror element that he added to that character, and I thought it was great.
I forgot this one point about Doctor Strange that I think you'll like. Do you remember? That scene where they're in that other universe, and he runs into that guy, the hot dog guy, and he ends up making him punch himself in the face over and over again?
Yes.
You know who that actor is?
Yeah, that was I can't remember his name, but he's the guy who did the cameos in all the Spider-Man movies too.
Isn't it? No, that's not Stan Lee. If that's what
no, I'm not talking about him.
His name is Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell, that's the guy. Yeah,
but I don't know if you know how much about Sam Raimi's previous work. Bruce Campbell is the main character in Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, yes.
And that is like a direct reference to Evil Dead because obviously the main character in there has his hand, has one of his hands. I think it's one of his hands, or both. I think it's one of his hands is replaced with a chainsaw, and it's the same hand. And there's another scene in one of the Evil Dead movies where he's getting like I don't know if he's like getting partially mind controlled or something like that, or what the situation is, but there's a point in that movie where he has to fight his own hand that's trying to hit him and attack him in the face, and then go figure that Sam Raimi literally does the same thing in a Doctor Strange movie where he makes him punch himself in the face over and over again.
Yeah.
Plus, he
that
also
that was actually a funny scene in a movie. I enjoyed the hell out of that.
We waited around for that post-credit scene, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah. So I like Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I think he makes that character likable for me.
I like,
and I really like the Scarlet Witch as being evil. I like the ending of it too. The way that the Scarlet Witch, what's that little America girl? She basically there's like no stopping the Scarlet Witch. So America opens that portal to her kids, and they're terrified of her because she's evil. And then they run to the Wanda from that universe. But the things the things I really didn't like, and one of them's kind of stupid, but one of them's legitimate in my opinion. The stupid one is Spider-Man didn't show up. I thought the perfect opportunity for Spider-Man to show up was in that opening action sequence with the eye squid thing, because that was going through downtown New York City, and it was the perfect opportunity for Spider-Man to just hop in and be like, "Hey, Doc, need some help?"
Yeah, Shumagorath, that whole scene.
Yeah, that would have been perfect for Spider-Man to show up.
It would have been great. But
you could have just been there for like 2 minutes and like poked him in the eye or something, and then be like, "Hey, sorry, man, gotta go."
I mean, they talked. At least they referenced him.
Yeah.
Oh, another part. That part you were talking about where America exposes Wanda to her kids, the kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
In an interview, Elizabeth Olsen said that whole like her yelling "Stop it" at him after they kept throwing stuff at her head, that was actually genuine, because they kept hitting her in the head with stuff, and she eventually got frustrated and lost it and yelled at them to stop it.
Oh,
and they left it in the movie, which I think was kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
but the other thing I really didn't like, and I hate this in any type of franchise, is when you have to watch something else that is not a film to know what's going on in the film, and of course I'm referring to the Disney Plus Marvel television shows, in particular WandaVision.
Right.
I have no desire to watch that show. I never will. It's not something that's on my list. I never had any interest in it to begin with. And throughout the movie, in particular the very beginning, you have to know what goes on in that show to watch what's going on, to know what's going on in the movie. I can't stand that shit. It drives me absolutely up the wall. Because I should not have to devote my time to a television show that I don't have any interest in to know what's going on in a feature film. And and you know how I love to rant about Star Wars. I have all kinds of problems with Star Wars right now, but guess what? I do not need to watch, if I want to watch one of their feature films, I do not need to watch any of the multitude of television shows that they have giving references to all these things in order to know what's going on in any of the films.
Right.
That is one positive with Star Wars that I will always defend them on, until they fucking do what Marvel's doing right now. If they do that, then they will have stooped to a new low, in my view, which it can't get much lower than they've already gone.
Oh,
but
I hate to bring
Star Wars,
low.
when I'm watching Revenge of the Sith, I do not need to know what happened in Clone Wars. I just don't, because it's not. It's a sideshow. It's something that, hey, we got extra content that is not part of the feature films. So if you want to check that out, you can. But if you have a feature film like Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, they're basically telling you, no, you have to go to Disney Plus and watch this show in order to know what's going on. And I fucking hate that. You as fans should not have to do that.
That's fair. Another part of that,
and you know it's bad when I'm defending Star Wars.
Another thing about the Star Wars thing that's going on, Kevin Feige is actually working on a trilogy right now for Star Wars.
Is he really though?
Apparently.
Because there's been so many. It's like I don't. Disney drives me fucking nuts sometimes because, like,
there's too much
at this
stuff.
point, the only things that I want to watch Star Wars related are The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. Everything else, I don't even want to go near.
The Bad Batch kind of sucked.
I'm going to check out the new Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which actually premieres in 6 days.
Isn't it still? How do you say his name? Ewan
McGregor. Hello there.
Hello there. He's still playing.
We love him. But, yeah, he's playing him. And apparently it's going to have Vader in it, which they're bringing back Hayden Christensen, who played Anakin Skywalker in
pretty awesome.
In the prequels, which
that's
pretty dope. That's a dope move. But I'm so scared about what they're going to do in the series that I'm very, very worried.
I really hope they get James Earl Jones to voice him again. Darth Vader.
Oh, they have to. They have to. He has to voice that character until he dies.
Yeah, it would be weird for them to do Hayden Christensen to be the voice of Darth Vader.
His voice? No, there's no way he could do it with his pipsqueak voice.
Exactly.
Plus, he's wearing the suit, so if Hayden Christensen's voice comes out of the suit, you wouldn't believe that character anymore. But there was one other thing that I wanted to mention, and I think it was about Star Wars. Yeah, I can't remember. Was there something you wanted to say about it?
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know. I'm kind of losing it right now.
Yeah, me too.
I'm out of my topics. You got some more stuff for me?
Yeah, no, I just want like the whole, that I can't stress this point enough. I should not have to watch a television show to know what's going on in a feature film. They're two different entities, and it's like you have a video game. Let's say you have a video game, a main feature video game, and then there's, like, for example, like I like Half-Life. And Half-Life, especially Half-Life 2. In Half-Life 2, it's the feature game, but then there's an add-on called The Lost Coast, where you don't need, it's only like 5-minute long level or something, maybe a little bit longer. But the main game is where it's at. And you don't have to play, in order to know the story of the game, you don't have to play this little Lost Coast side piece thing to know what's going on in the main game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like it should be the same way with films. I shouldn't have to watch part of a television show to know what's going on in the feature film. And Star Wars has actually been very good with that. They do not force you to watch. They don't force you to watch The Mandalorian. They don't to know what's going on in the feature films. They don't force you to watch Clone Wars or Rebels to know what's going on in the feature films. Right. Imagine if, like, one of the original movies, like Empire Strikes Back or something, is showing or something, and you see Boba Fett show up for the first time, and they're like, "Who is this guy? He's badass." And they're like, "Well, if you really want to know what his story is, you have to go watch the Book of Boba Fett." I'd be like, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
like,
just like, no, I get what you're saying,
you don't even have to tell me who he is. Just like show me who he is in the movie, which basically, even though he doesn't have big roles in the original trilogy, you know the gist of what he is immediately. He's a badass bounty hunter who does some dirty shit from time to time.
I was gonna say, just give me
with an awesome look, and that's all you need.
Just give me a non-verbal. Just give me like a non-verbal opinion on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that drove me up the wall with the movie. But I did enjoy the movie. I was glad you talked me into going.
Good. I'm glad. I enjoyed the hell out of it.
But I still think that opening fight sequence in the city was a perfect opportunity just to have like a minute or two cameo from Spider-Man helping Doctor Strange beat that thing.
Yeah,
that was a missed opportunity right there.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Well, I guess we should wrap it up because we got to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm a little tired. I'm not going to lie to you. You're losing me a little bit here.
Yeah. All right. This has been another episode of Case of the Mondays on the Pood Coast. So,
Podcast.
on the podcast. So, if you enjoyed it, give a like or a subscription, or who gives a fuck? Because I hate doing the YouTube spiel. But we try to do it every week. We actually usually end up doing it every 2 weeks, but because me and Matt like talking about stuff. So if you got this far, thank you for listening, and we hope you join us again in the future. So we'll see you next time. All right, peace out, everybody. Say goodbye, Cousin Boomer.
Bye, y'all.
Take it easy, folks.